Welcome to North East Fife Life. This project was funded by St Andrew's Community Trust and involved writing workshops led by Rebecca Sharp. The monologues were written by volunteers and users of the hub. They were performed by local students and members of St Andrew's Play Club. Many thanks to everyone involved in this project.
There's a town on the coast of Fife named St Andrews, with lots of callings in life, historical and modern, made by the variety. It has a university of renown that's Scotland's oldest. A castle and cathedral both tumble down. 'Tis the home of golf and all. The school, all newly built and shiny, drags pupils from all around. The hospital too brings the villagers in widely. And there's shopping, work, cafes abound. But town and gown isn't the whole story. There's more hidden to be found. Folk on the fringes, older or lonely. Different groups all doing good deeds, but separately, here and there, recognised that they had similar needs and that maybe they could share. In 2018, the new charity was formed, the new style of cafe as a starter, also the clothes bank transformed. Churches and the credit union thank that all who could help others and want space can come. And then it was 2020. The lockdown started and the cafe stopped. A new place was wanted, and along came this. The hub, near East Sands and the sea, in St David's Centre at Albany Park. The North East Fife community. It sparks our creativity.
Good morning. Glorious day. Oh, the new chairs look great. Oh, yes. Look. Oh. See. Oh, quite comfy. Decent height. Oh, they look so posh. It looks like a proper cafe now. All the chairs and tables nicely matched. What the? What's that one still doing here? What am I supposed to do with this? We've got the walking group coming in for lunch. We can't have this being the odd one out. Pass me that tea towel. Oh, no, wait. Tablecloth. Now I'm worried someone's going to trip over the tablecloth and we'll have to wash it every day. Oh, scrap that. Oh, but it's bright red. It wouldn't be so bad if it was black or brown but it's like the chair of shame or something. Or it's like you're on a game show. Under the spotlight, about to be tested on your specialist subject. I could just picture the cafe being busy and some poor soul is wandering around with a mug of coffee in their hand, desperately wanting to sit down but avoiding this red chair. Oh. Or it could become so popular that people fight over who's going to sit on it. There'll be spilt soup and bread rolls flying everywhere. Oh, I can't deal with this. Oh, I can't deal with this. We'll just have to spread the chairs out down this side so no one realises that one's missing. Oh no. Oh, no. No. Right. No. Oh. But... Oh. It's good to be different. We could make quite a feature of it. The place with the red chair could become quite a tourist trap. Oh, and here come the walking group now. Action stations!
I love a morning swim. I'm here most days when I can make it. Always have. It sets me up for the day ahead. I love the sounds of the ocean, the birds overhead. The gulls can be so noisy, but the way their wings stretch out and they glide so effortlessly above us always amazes me. Oh, to be able to move like that. I love to watch wildlife, from a distance, mind. Sea ones are funny. Their sleek black bodies flopping into the water. The way they swim makes me chuckle. Big, goggly eyes peering out above the waves as they come up to catch a breath of air. Occasionally, I'll be brave and try to swim close to them. I touched one once. It had a strange texture. I thought it would be smoother, slimier. It tried to follow me, and then another one appeared and tried to follow me too. I watched them for a while, really looked at them. Their wee faces seemed happy, eyes alert and nostrils flaring. I'm sure they were smiling. They're here most days. The regulars and new ones come and go too. I have to be early to catch them, mind. If high tide is at 6 a.m, they'll be here. Sometimes I search out past the rocks, but they rarely come that far. I've seen a few brave ones though. They swim right out and then disappear round the coastline. Sometimes as far as King's Barnes or Tentsmuir. Both areas have risks of riptides, but the ones that swim that far seem okay. They must be stronger than the others. I never used to think that much about them until their numbers grew. Then I started paying attention. The numbers have been increasing, certainly over the last 2 years. There's more than I've ever seen. Must be the call of the ocean. It's enchanting, mesmerising. It fills my soul with joy. We were all worried at first when their population seemed to grow. It threatened our way of life. Look, there's one now. I've never understood how they can swim with two such strange, separated, skinny-looking fins. They're a strange breed, and I never trusted them. I've seen what they do. They leave slimy, shiny black stuff floating on the ocean. Messes up the birds especially. I've been sick from eating fish that their stuff has contaminated. Cows our pups and our skin can get so itchy that even rolling in the sand doesn't help. Oceans littered with their mess. Discarded nets to get caught in. I thought they didn't care. They seem to destroy everything they touch. But there's been a shift. The tide has turned. In the last 2 years, I sensed a fear in them. Then they started to take notice of things around them. I saw a whole bob of them taking old plastic nets and rubbish out of the water once. I watched their colony and see more of them coming into the sea. They seem to sense its healing power. They now seem to understand how important it all is, and that them and us are all just trying to find ways to ebb and flow together through every crashing wave. Maybe they're not as bad as I first thought.
I mean, it is worth trying if you haven't had it yet. Wait, are we all getting the same thing? Then I'm gonna get the mac and cheese. I can't be boring and be like the same order as everyone. Oh, and chips for the table, please. Are we getting 3 portions this time? No, that was too much last time, wasn't it? I think 2 portions of the chips should be good. Yeah. Oh, and a bit of rustic brown bread. No, I'm joking. Though that's me as a bread. Rustic brown. Rachel, yeah, 100% tiger loaf. And Miriam, some olive. George, yeah, I think you'd be like a whole grain or a rye, you know, because you're super healthy, body's a temple and all that. You know, when you think about it, we're like a cross-section of the English-speaking world. And isn't that just madness? It could be like a diversity ad for the university. We've travelled thousands of kilometres. And do not get me started, Kate, the metric system is superior. We've travelled all this way, all hungry for the same chicken and chorizo pie. It's just crazy when you think about it. No, don't ruin it with British imperialism, I know that. I'm just soaking up the serendipity of it. It's been a while as well. I mean, it's no one's fault. We're all really busy. And my bank account is definitely grateful for it, don't get me wrong. But it's like an emotional reset, you know? Particularly after the week I really needed this. But, you know, it reminds you that there's some good in this world. You know, you can take a break and be surrounded by the kindest, funniest people. Sorry, I'm rambling. So how have you all been? I've been seeing all the pictures of the rehearsals. It looks so good. I'm so excited. I'm coming to the second night. I really miss being in a show. You know, the drama, the performing, but more just because you're surrounded by... It makes you feel like you have so many friends. I mean, obviously the real friends, and you spend all this time together just building these relationships. Maybe that's why I like this so much. I get to feel as if I'm part of all of that again. Do you reckon we'll stay in touch after uni? I mean, I might be staying in the UK. It depends on where I get a good job. But, you know, just wherever I go, I hope I earn enough to get a good cry pie every second Sunday. Or maybe third. We'll see. God, it's happening. We're all becoming full adults now. I mean, I got excited about a vacuum cleaner the other day. We've got full responsibilities. I heard Holly's going to become a consultant. It sounds like a real adult job, you know? You know, I bet in 10 years' time when I message this group chat, is anyone keen for a pie, would all turn up because it's non-negotiable. And you know, Holly can go pick us up in her private jet because she'll be super rich. And we'll still all order the chicken and chorizo. I bet it. Or maybe this will be the last one. What, we've only got 4 weeks left? And then we've all got stuff we've got on, I guess. Like Rachel's got that lead in the opera. And George, you're learning that long piano piece. Kate Maria, are you going to French this year? If it happens, I guess. Serendipity. Oh, chicken and chorizo. Yeah, put it anyway. We've all got it. Oh. No, my God, stop, please. It's going to get cold.
Now, bairns, dinna gan our far, and definitely dinna gan anywhere near that road. I'm no wanting you run hour. Just gather up a few bits and pieces for this picture we've got to make, and then we'll take a photo of it, and then you can come and hae something to eat. Hello. I wasn't expecting to see you here the day. I thought it might be a wee bit hour busy for you. Mind you, I've got pieces with me today. Is that what you're after? A bit peace? I was thinking of your belly, aren't you? Still hae that twinkle in your eye though, I see. I was a sucker for that twinkle. Look, I've made bannocks, just like your mother used to make. I even made them on her old girdle. I still use it, you ken. Aye, I mind you used to write like a bannock, all slathered with butter and cheese. You used to take them for your morning piece. Is that what you're after? Your morning piece? No, James, that bit's far our big. We'll never stick that on a bit of paper. Just wee bits, mind. And stop making all that din. I've got the bairns here with me the day. You've no met them before, have you? It's this lockdown. I look after them most days they know. The school's shut, you see, and I'm helping with this homeschooling. Mind you, I dinna mind. They're good company. Not that I need company. No, I've got plenty pals these days. We used to meet up at the cafe down at the hub near the beach. Oh, there's always lots of things going on there. Here. Was it good? Must have been. You made short work of it. You didn't exactly eat like a bird, do you? Oh, the bairns are always asking about you. Oh, they like to hear all the stories about how you used to go girdling for tadpoles in the burn, or doing fishing off the end of the pier, or gathering whelks down at the beach. I mind that, the whelks. We used to take the bairns out the braes and gather them up and boil them over a fire in one of your old air-made billy cans. We used to use a peen to poo them out. Oh, they were recht tasty. Although the bairns didn't think much of them. They used to say they looked like snotters. I wouldn't take them down the beach to gather whelks these days though. No, the sea's our full of chemicals and plastic. Mind you, I bet you like ploutering about in the dubs just the same. It'll no bother you. And then I tell them all about the braw pictures they used to paint. Aye, their favourite one's hanging on the wall in there. It's the one of the birds down at the beach. What were they called again? Aye, oyster catchers. What did my grandfather call them? Chalders, that's what he called them. Mind you, I didn't tell them much about your other hobbies. I bet you didn't talk about them to your new pals either. Oh, right, ruffle their feathers they will. Aye, all the long walks in the countryside with a bag of ferrets and a shotgun tucked in your backpack. Coming home with a pair of rabbits or a brace of pheasants or maybe a couple of doos. Sometimes a biling of tatties or a neat for the side of the field. But it kept us fed when times were hard. And times were hard sometimes with 5 bairns to feed. Here, do you want another bit? Here. Here, another bit. And then I tell them their favourite story. The one about how you nearly got killed one day. I ken you didn't talk about it much, but your mother told me about it mony a time. The day she went shopping with you in Cooper and left you outside the shop hanging on to your wee brother's pram. They say that you saw somebody across the other side of the road that you thought you kent and, well, you took off out of the road right in the front of a muckle big lorry. It ran right out of the top of you. Everybody thought you were dead. But you weren't, no quite. An ambulance came and took you away to the hospital in Dundee. They had the ferry back because, well, there was no brig in no they days. Luckily for you, there was a visiting surgeon at the DRI that day, and he was able to put your insides back together again. Although you were in hospital for 9 months. I just think, that man hadn't been there that day, well, they bairns out there wouldn't even exist. Bairns, are you nearly done now? You'll have plenty, I'm sure. Gather them up and come out and we'll hear a bite to eat. Is that you getting ready to leave? I suppose it's just as real. The bairns would think I was daft if they saw me talking to you. They wouldn't believe me if I told them that all gardeners, like their grandfather, come back as wee robins. Here another bit, Bannock, for your travels.
Can't remember the last time I used a sewing machine. My nana used to always be at hers. My sisters and I were forced to visit her every Sunday, and there she'd be, next to the large bay window in the living room, hunched over a piece of fabric. She'd acknowledge us briefly before handing my mum a list of things to do. I always used to worry she was making me a dress. Can you imagine having to wear something homemade in your teens? I'd love it if somebody made me something now. I can't remember what she did give us, mind. I mean, my other grandparents used to give us 20 pence every time they came, which was just a couple of times a year. I don't know why we visited her so often. She hardly spoke to the four of us. Just kept giving us Joe's mint balls to suck. Probably to keep us quiet. Of course, Grandad was nowhere to be seen. He was pottering in his greenhouse or tending to his rhubarb. Oh, what a garden. I've never found another like it. Space at the front for a small lawn, and then up the back a ginormous greenhouse with a vegetable bed in the front and a large rhubarb patch at the side. Oh, speaking of patches. Oh, thinking about rhubarb crumbles making me hungry. We felt so honoured to be asked to tend the rhubarb. And then we'd have to carry home masses of rhubarb stalks all the way home for a mile or so, 2 miles or so. Not like nowadays when everybody's got a car. My older sister and I, we used to walk to school, to primary and secondary school for miles, and we never thought anything of it. Once Joanne arrived 6 years after me, my mum stopped taking us to school altogether. It's funny, isn't it? When you look back, the things you notice that weren't very obvious at the time. My parents' relationship began to fall apart after Joanne arrived, as did mine and my mum's. I was no longer the baby of the family, and being the middle child, well, it wasn't much fun. Of course, it didn't help that my sister was so fantastic at everything. Exams, dancing. But what annoyed me the most was that I had to join all the activities she joined. Ballet and tap, brownies, swimming. Every night out at some youth group or another we were. My dad walking us there and then staying in the local pub until it was time to collect us. Mum and Joanne at home doing who knew what. Naturally, in my teenage years, I rebelled. Gave up all of the activities and started hanging out with my friends instead. Walking the streets, because there was nothing else to do. It was around that time that my parents bought a bigger house and I finally got a bedroom of my own. My girls have always had a room of their own. Just a place to be themselves. Decorate how they choose. Just spend time in it, chilling, without me fussing over them. Megan's asked me umpteen times to fix this. It's her favourite. Goes well with everything, she says. I've been putting it off. I couldn't wait to go to university, to get away from my family. if Megan feels the same. I mean, I've always felt we get on really well, but what if she's actually celebrating moving to Aberdeen? Oh, listen to me. There. Oh, I'm right proud of myself. I should hold together for a while.
Oh, come on, you noob. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Get him. He's not that good. Come on, come on. Come on, bro. I'm gonna die. I need meds. I need meds. I need meds. Come on, bro. Res me, res me, res me. Took your time. Thanks, my guy. Oh my days. You're utter trash. Sit in the bin. Let's destroy them. We need this win. Come on. Yes. Oh my days. We're absolute sweats. Gonna destroy them. Last tournament we were second. So close. Gotta get us that win today, my G. I was up till 3 a.m. last night. Couldn't sleep. I was fired up. I know, right? You too. Mentally. I just played Minecraft to calm me down. Got me in the zone for now. Yeah, she totally bought it. She thinks it's just a game. No way she'd actually let me stay off school for a live tournament. Yeah, just got to do what you got to do. We need to be in this live. This is the one. I can feel it. Come on, shoot, shoot, shoot. Stay on it, man. 10 kills down. Got you covered. Get him, get him. He ain't that good. Gotta answer, bruh. It's my mum. Gotta keep her sweet, you know? Nah, she'll definitely know I'm gaming if I put her on speaker. Better pick up. Gonna mute you. Sorry, bruh. Hey, Mum. Yeah, still in bed. Tomato soup. Yeah, good. Fruit pastels. Yeah, great, Mum. Yeah, hot water bottle is top. Yeah, I think it's one of those 24-hour bug things. I'll be okay for school tomorrow, I'm sure. You finished early? What? Now? Now? No, that's great, Mom. That's great. Gotta go, Mom. Toilet. Yeah. Bye-bye. She's at the shop, bruh. Means we got 10 minutes. Tops. Let's do this, bruh. Come on, let's kill these noobs. The win is ours. Nah, serious, bruh. Can't do more. My mum's on her way home right now. Got to get her skills maxed, man. Countdown is on. It's all I got. Hard enough lying for this one, bruh. Come on, shoot, shoot, shoot. Only 4 kills left, man. Then it's ours. Come on. Oh my days. We got this. We got this. Oh my days. That's her. Uh-oh. That wasn't 10 minutes. I think she's on to me. Seriously, bro. Only 2 to go. Come on. Come on. I can't. Honestly, bro, it'll be death. IRL. We gotta do this now. Seriously, this is savage. Only 1 to go. I can't, man. Really, I can't. Damn it. I really gotta go.
Every day's a school day. Isn't that what they say? There's even a slot on a local radio station. Children phone in with an interesting fact that they have recently learned at school. You'd be forgiven for thinking that the stroke I'm trying to master is from the world of swimming, given the amount of flailing. Folk might think it's a cricket match being played, given the amount of cries of out. But no, it's the topspin forehand. And practice makes perfect, right? Although it can feel like it's your head bouncing off the wall instead of the ball. So, I've done my research on the internet. Well, I wasted 2 hours watching various YouTube clips. Get a grip, I thought. But which one? A semi-Western or Western grip? Back to the internet. I was risking getting tennis elbow with all the keyboard bashing. Put the heel of your hand and the palm side of your index finger knuckle on the 5th bevel of the racket. Bevel of the racket. Keep your racket face slightly closed, a 45-degree angle. At least I knew what that looked like. Brush up on the back of the ball. The racket head should dip below the ball to get the right angle, and the swing path should be from low to high. Hit the ball in front of your body. I think I can manage that. Use your footwork to set yourself up in an open or a neutral stance, and get yourself in the right positioning to add a lot of spin to the ball. Pronate your wrist. More reference to the internet. Palm is facing downwards. After you reach the point of contact with the ball, pronate your wrist, moving it in a windscreen wiper type motion that brushes up and over the ball, adding maximum spin. Finally, follow through. Make sure you maintain your swing speed as you reach the contact point with the ball and follow through. Commit to your swing path with the right motion and speed, ensuring your ball has enough topspin to dip back into the court and doesn't go flying through the air to make direct contact with the fence at the back of the baseline. Piece of cake, right? And with my supportive and encouraging playing partners, I would have this nailed in no time. There are metaphorical walls as well as literal ones. Only one needs to be broken through, or you won't be popular with the other players. Learning new shots, brick by brick, until you've got something solid against your opponent. Pick your moment. Is there ever a perfect moment? Theory doesn't take into account weather or the return from your opponent. It's no surprise that major tennis tournaments are played in the south of England. You're less likely to contend with gale force winds or horizontal rain. There's no accounting for your opponent's mood. Even the mildest mannered are not averse to returning your weak, newly acquired forehand with something similar to a guided missile. Maybe I'll include a crash helmet in next season's kit. A miss is as good as a mile. Doesn't matter if it's 2 inches, 2 feet, or 2 meters. Out is out. No need to call for Hawkeye though. The line calls were correct, unlike my technique. Tennis is like life. Sometimes you serve aces, sometimes double faults. Sometimes your partner becomes your opponent. Sometimes you win, and sometimes you lose. And at the end of the day, it's all just a game, right?
You did ask me what it was like second time round, but I never really told you. I remember it well though. I can still feel it. When the oncologist gave me the results of the scan, it was like a death sentence. Like a physical blow with a hammer or a gavel. Or like a steel door slamming shut behind me the shock waves driving through me as the bolts shot home. All at once I was in a prison cell, the light choking off and dying. I was already numbering my days, counting them off in my mind. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. And that's how I spent the next few weeks, languishing in that cell, pressing my tears up against the dead cold wall, exploring my fear, enshrouded by the grip of despair, tracing the lettering on my own headstone. I couldn't see out. I couldn't hear anything except my own heart and the pacing feet of fate above me. I'd already been through this once before. I couldn't do it again. No way. And this time it spread to my liver. Wasn't forever, though. No, after a while things began to lighten. Just a wee bit at first, like a chink of sunlight filtering reluctantly through the keyhole. All at once I remembered there was another world out there. Chink became a shard, and cut through the night, prizing open the door. And oh, the light. Outside there was a corridor of air. All I could do was inhale its freshness. I was alive. Of course, I'd already known that, but I'd forgotten. Lots of wee things I'd hardly noticed before, like the smell of grass, the feel of rain, the skylark's song, ecstatic, and the full warmth of being hugged. Daylight is the best medicine. While I breathe, there's hope. Dum spiro spero, as the ancient Romans say. And you know who held the key to that door? It was me. Only me. Now, once I realised that, I felt stronger. Strong enough to run away and explore the promise beyond the cancer walls. And that's where I met you again. That was the best thing. Thank you. Of course, really nothing had changed. I knew I still needed surgery, chemotherapy, the lot. She'd told me the statistics, but there was still a chance. Well, I might as well make the most of it meantime. Still a Jew, still at a home, warmth, love. And Thistle were playing in Dundee that Saturday. Well, there's always hope. Even though the prison cell was still there behind me, at least now I felt like I had the key swinging on my belt. So, why am I telling you this now? Well, I suppose that one thing I've learned down here is that you've got to say what has to be said, while you still can. Because who knows how the story's going to end. Of course, if you're watching this, it means your mum sent you the recording like I hoped. I've always found it tough to say things like this in person, but hey, there's always a way. Look after her, eh?
What I want to know is this. If it doesn't belong to the council, who owns the tree? It's standing on a patch of grass outside my house that the council normally cuts. Standing there all threatening like, taunting me with its branches. It's absolutely huge. Must be at least 30 feet tall. I've seen the news footage, you know, of the recent storms. I keep thinking, will it be me next? Will I be crushed to death while I'm watching the rugby on TV? I'm sleeping in the back bedroom now, you know. It's much smaller and the carpet needs replacing, but it's a much better view. You should see my rose garden. I've got 18 varieties there now, you know. Quite a show in summer. Well, to get back to this tree then, what am I supposed to do about it? If it doesn't belong to council, can I just get somebody to chop it down for me? I'd be willing to pay. Or I could maybe ask Jim over the road at number 24. He mended my fence for me last month. He's got all the right tools, you know, Pat tested. Mm-hmm. Well, will you tell Mr. Perkins that the tree's a menace? That's right, a menace. Casting dark shadows all over my lounge window. I used to enjoy sitting here, watching the comings and goings up and down the street. And years ago, watching my son and his pals playing on a rope swing that had looped over one of the bigger branches of the tree. Or pretending it was a castle that was getting attacked by the enemy. Even digging for buried treasure underneath. You know, our Sam, he went through a phase of touching that tree for luck. Every morning he had an exam. You know, I've forgotten all about that. He said it helped him get the grades to do medicine in Glasgow. I was so proud of him at his graduation. My boy, a doctor. He's coming over to see me this weekend. He'll be bringing the kiddies with him. I may pop out this afternoon, you know. See if I can get some rope. Maybe I'll have a go at making a swing. They might enjoy that. You what? Oh yeah, sorry, yes, I'm still here. Look, will you tell Mr. Perkins, tell Mr. Perkins not to bother. Right. Yes, I'll maybe call him back some other time. Thanks very much. Goodbye.
Peggy, Peggy, Peg, Peg. Peggy, Peggy, Peg, Peg. Well, there you are, you ginger beauty. You are so beautiful, as are you little gin children, small and snuggling, lined up drinking your delicious Piggy Pig milk. Lying on the softest earth bed strewn with leaves, as peaceful as you are in Shavasana after a gentle bout of yoga. That sweet smile upon that sensitive, leathery snout of yours. Yes, I know, not like our snouts. Yours is a premium upgraded version, 2,000 times more powerful than mine. Why, you could smell a delicacy 7 miles away. You know, you are literally 1 in a million, or a billion even. You're a lucky pig. The luckiest pig in the world. Lying on your side, reclining in that fine brick room, sheltered from snow, wind, rain and frost. Free to come and go as you please. Free to dig for roots and shoots, seeds and slugs, earthworms and even some potatoes thrown your way. Your corkscrew tail twirling happily all the while. You've even made yourself a toilet in the furthest most reaches of your area, not to offend that precious nose of yours. It's not all laid on a plate for you though. You do, after all, have a job to do, a dream job for a pig that you take very seriously. You clear the area of vegetation, of overgrown ivy and brambles and grass. So clever to leave the snowdrop and the aconite bulbs, as they are too acidic for your delicate digestion. That's your day job. And to think of your sisters, just as finely tuned as you, but subjected to a far meaner existence. No woods like yours, but an echoing, screaming tin barn. No nest, but a hard concrete slatted floor. No come and go, no foraging, but a crate only inches bigger than their bodies. They contract with the pain of arthritis and abrasive wounds from the bars of their prisons. No toilet, no tails. They eat and sleep and wake in the smell of their own muck. Pigs who love cleanliness as much as heaven, who don't even sweat, who smell naturally of maple syrup. A continuous life of pregnancy, feeding and constriction and, oh yes, death once her productivity falls. You who are one of the smartest thinking, feeling animals on this planet, more intelligent than dogs, more intelligent than most primates, you who your children can learn tricks easier and younger than a puppy and can learn their own name at a few weeks old. You, the lucky one, when others are not. Dear piggy, piggy, pig, pig, where does your freedom lie? Do you have time to be who you truly are? Perhaps you're a wild sow or even a wild boar. Or are you held in bars? What kind of cage are you in? Are your brothers and sisters in chains? Who do you choose to be? And who do you choose to support?
The Hub is a place where anyone can come for coffee, lunch, and to chat with each other. It's nice to have the company and to hear about other people's outlook on life. We do lots of crafts like sewing, knitting, and painting. We have discussions, and I so like hearing what other people have to say, as they also have time to listen. Why don't you pop in and find out more about our activities and make new friends?